If you're watching this, you've either had thoughts about what you'd tell yourself at the age of 23, or you think this is about you. Well, actually, this one's about me today. You know the saying, Nunya business? Well, I'm Nunya, and I'm here to make it your business. So let's get into it. I just want to take a moment and tell you guys I've really enjoyed reading all your comments. It has made my heart so happy, and I didn't really realize what I was doing. I wanted to do this for me, but seeing it actually resonating with others has really made me I don't even know the right word to describe this right now, because I get really happy and it makes me a little sad for people when I see some of the things that they've gone through, and I just want to always help others. And I am glad this is what's going on and that it is resonating with you all, and it just makes my heart happy. So thank you all. And keep commenting. If you ever want to keep the conversation going, or if you have a question, or if you have a letter that you want me to write, let me know. I've probably been through it, and I will certainly write a letter. I have so many to write. I haven't even scratched the surface. So on that note, what I would like to do before we dive into the letter portion of all of this is I want to pull a memory off the shelf. So let's do it and talk about Nostalgia Nook. Because like I said, nostalgia makes me happy. Memories make me happy. And today, I'm feeling a little bit more nostalgic, talking to myself at 23. I was 21 when my first grandma passed away, which a lot's happened. I should probably fill everyone in. A lot has transpired since I filmed my first couple of episodes. My grandma that I discussed in the first couple of episodes passed away. In this time frame, it has been a very challenging, difficult, sad, again, no words to describe situation, and I will talk about it at some point. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that right now. But my other grandmother passed away when I was 21 years old, and it was probably my first big loss. I had lost a couple of other people in my life, like my grandpa and an uncle, but I was really young. I was 4 and 6 years old, so I don't really recall a lot of it. So I had the amazing opportunity to have a lot of my family in my life for the next couple of years, and my grandma, I was the first grandkid on my mom's side, and she was truly one of the coolest humans I've ever met to this day. And she passed away when I was 21, kind of unexpectedly. Again, just one of those things in life, and it left an indelible mark on my heart. It was the first one. It's kind of made me a bit numb to other things in life that I've experienced with death and situations like that, because I've experienced it already and learned so much from it. So she's meant a lot to me. Her name was, I called her Granny. It's funny how you name your grandmas different things, but she was Granny and her name was Shirley. And so Nostalgia Nook today is in honor of her. I took these placemats from my grandpa, and he's like, what are you going to do with them? You can put them on your dining table. And I'm like, no, I don't use placemats. And I think that made it even more weirder. But I was like, I'm going to frame them, and I'm going to use them for something that means something to me. And here it is on my set. And again, just a different way to look at an item that you might not think twice about, but you can find a use for, and you can make it really special and meaningful in your home. So here's my little Nostalgia Nook on that aspect. So from that memory to a little bit of truth, we're going to get into another letter. So let's get out my little writing tray from my great grandma Nellie, which you can't put a price on stuff that has such a great memory, right? Or a sad memory, or any kind of memory. And we all know I love memories here. So this letter was, like I mentioned in the last episode, a little bit harder to write because it's to myself. I know I like to write to people that, to talk to people that I've experienced something with and wanting to kind of get out what I am thinking about with that person. But there's also wanting to talk to yourself in different times of your life. And 20 years ago, I'm 43, full transparency, because that's what I'm about. And that was 20 years ago. And I had lost my grandma when I was 21, and a lot has changed. Like I said, again, in the last episode, I'm a different human. Completely different. It's wild to think of the stuff that I wanted back then and that I had expectations for back then, and how much that has changed. And I look back and think, why was I like that? Why was I in such a rush? Or why did I have these invisible timelines and different things like that? So to myself, and of course I've journaled in my past 20 years and different things and talked about things, but I wanted to just write a little something to myself at 23, which is when I stepped into the real world, quote unquote, and what I would say to that person if I knew then what I know now. So let's get into it. So to the one that is just stepping into the real world. First, breathe. As you head into the real world, please know it sure is different from what you thought it was going to be. Whether your real world is occurring out of college or out of high school, all of the plans and timelines that you have created and set for yourself will most likely not work out. And when they don't, just try not to panic. It is all a part of life's plan for you. I need to sidebar real quick because I am going to say a few things because I didn't follow the typical journey of getting married, having kids. And I'm not saying that journey is wrong. I'm just talking about my own journey. So I don't want anyone to get offended about what I'm about to say within regards to marriage and having kids, because I thought that was going to be me. And I think that's where my timeline is what I'm kind of talking about here, is there was expectations and timelines. So let's go back into it. Timelines are what we are programmed to have in our mind to follow. Please focus on going with the flow and not rushing life to achieve the unnecessary timelines. There are going to be times when you will get down on yourself and feel alone because your path is different from your friends and others your age. Friends are getting married, they're having babies, they're buying their dream homes, and they have the job that they have always wanted. You may have thought you had found the one, and it turned out not to be the one at all. I know sometimes it hurts to see your friends falling in love and getting married and having all the things you thought made life good and the things you thought all were supposed to have in life. Life got extremely lonely, but those are the times that taught you about the person that you were and that you are. The person you wanted to become and the person you never thought you could be. Believe me when I say, life changes immensely 10 to 20 years down the road, and most of those friends who are getting married are maybe now divorced or extremely unhappy, as they have not grown with their partner, they have now grown apart. Most of your friends who are having babies will also maybe feel like they did not get to live the single life and all the experiences that they wanted, and they may start to get regretful of that. So live your life up and enjoy all of the experiences that you can make happen. Ultimately, there is no rule book, there is no timeline, there is no plan. Follow the path that you want to follow, and not the path that others expect of you or that life presents to you in calendar timeline fashion. You are going to take jobs just to take jobs to gain that experience. And again, I know the world's a little bit different from 20 years ago, but you will hear no from many because you don't have the experience. I know the rejection feels personal, but please know it is not. Chalk it up to a learning experience and a chance to practice your interviewing skills. You will feel lost and like you are always trying to find your way, and that you will never find your way. You will face many moments of uncertainty and confusion. Try and look at the journey as one that is always allowing you to learn, gain new experiences, and meet new people, because that is exactly what the journey will allow you to do. Please know your value and what you are worth. Do not allow yourself to just accept what is offered. Once you accept it, it is final until each yearly evaluation. Learn to name your value. Please know that while money is something that makes the world go round, it is not something that make the memories if you don't take the experiences to create the memories. Ultimately, money matters, but memories matter more. When you feel lost, and you will many times, reframe it as learning. Your path is a collage. There's people, there's skills, there's places, there's tiny pivots that just won't make sense until they do. Keep moving, keep noticing, keep collecting moments that feel like you. This last part is important, and to be honest, a non-negotiable. Don't forget to love yourself. It is the only person whose opinion matters in your life, so taking care of yourself needs to be your number one priority. Your voice is the one that lives with you forever. Be gentle, be protective, say no when you need to say no. Say yes when your spirit lights up and you want to say yes. Build a life you don't need permission to love. One last thing, and this is directly to me at 23. Thank you for starting those tiny traditions that kept you, you. Playing the song that always brings you back. Writing down memories in a journal to never forget them. Saving those ticket stubs to remember the experience that you had. And for framing the odd little things that remind you of all the special parts and people of your life. Your life should always look like the person who lives it. LYNS, Nunya. And that was just one of those letters that you look back at who you were and what you would have done differently. And I'm glad I went through what I went through, but it's one of those things that I wish I wouldn't have put so much emphasis and thought on certain aspects that I did prioritize. And I was more about, I don't have the money to make a memory. I think about many times with my cousin, Bobby, who lived life like a renegade. He was a renegade and he made some amazing memories, and I wouldn't go because I said I couldn't afford it. My thought process has changed so much since then, and it's all about making the memories and just figuring it out, and you'll make more tomorrow. I know that's, again, could get us into a deeper conversation, but ultimately, memories matter. And that's what I wanted to tell myself, and not to put so much dang pressure on who you think you're supposed to be. So that's all I have for the letter. But to relate this letter into a little musical number, like I like to do with Memory Track, is one of my favorite songs. The Eagles is one of my top favorite bands, literally top 3 favorite concert I've ever been to. And what I thought was relative to this letter was the song Take It Easy. And the lyrics of it, and you have so much on your mind, and you just need to take it easy and don't let the sound of your own mind drive you crazy. It's a very good mantra in life to have for someone that just needs to breathe a little bit and keep going forward, because one of the lines in the song is actually one of my all-time favorite quotes. Is you may lose, we may lose, and we may win, but we will never be here again. Every single moment matters, and you need to be present in those moments and learn to live in the memories that you're creating at the time that you're creating them. So always love the Eagles. Truly one of my, I watch the documentary at least once a year. So fun fact about Nunya here. All right. I think, my friends, I'm going to make sure I don't have any other notes here, but I think that is all I have for today. So we'll just end it on that. And the next letter that I will be talking about is the letter to the ones, because sometimes there's going to be more than one person that I've encountered. The letter to the ones that always play the victim. So a little deeper, a little darker, I don't know, letter. It was, again, another tough one to write. But that's the next one that I'll be talking about. And I look forward to unpacking it all with you all next time. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, Black Sheep. And as always, stay honest.